I'm Will,
And I'm Chelsea,
and we are
the
the
Evans.
Evans.
Today we're giving you guys some couples content. Obviously, we are not licensed therapists and in no shape or form professionals, but we want to give you guys some content based on our experiences and our journey.
So, without further ado, let's get into the content of the day.
Let's do it. All right. So today, let's talk about maintenance in relationships. I think maintenance is extremely important, and not only is it important, but it's very essential to have a successful relationship. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think maintenance on all levels and aspects, I think is important in a relationship. I think maintenance on a physical level, a mental level, financial maintenance. I think maintenance on all levels is important in a relationship. So, yeah, I agree. I agree. What do you
Good.
think about maintenance?
I think that's a really good point. Putting it in on like the perspective of all different levels. I do agree on that. I would start with, I would say, just making sure, just checking in with your partner. Of course, we want to have maintenance on finances and house and family. Me and him actually like to do family meetings, so that's what that's us doing maintenance on our family as a unit. But just individual maintenance, I believe, is very important as well. So I like to check in and say, maybe at the end of the week, hey babe, was there anything that I did this week that I could have done better?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that would have made you feel more loved, more appreciated? Is there something that you really liked that I did that you want me to do more of?
Yeah.
Aside from just like the daily check-ins of how was your day, you
Yeah.
know.
I think maintenance is just what you said. Maintenance is just maintaining the relationship and just checking in with your partner to see what needs fixing. If you're doing maintenance on anything, if you're maintaining your car, you're going to do check-ins and see, does it need oil? Does it need fluids? Does it need brakes? Does it need tires? You're maintaining that thing. And, you're not necessarily fixing something. That's a different thing. That's repairing the relationship or fixing a problem. But you're just making sure that things don't go wrong by checking in, like you said, or just doing maintenance, and that's what maintenance is. If we were to define it, I believe. So I agree with what you said, baby. I think it's on all levels. You have to do emotional maintenance. You have to do mental maintenance. You have to check and see, hey, does my partner need something from me physically? Does my partner need something from me emotionally? What do you need from me? And doing that check in with your partner, you'll find those things out if you guys are being open and communicating with each other properly.
Yeah, and I like what you said about as far as like maintenance isn't just for if there's a problem. So don't a lot of people we don't get into maintenance in the relationship until there's a leak
Yeah.
or something that needs to be fixed in the relationship. And if you regularly do these check-ins, I do believe that it will avoid and
Yeah. Help
move
you
out the
deter some of those problems.
absolutely, that you won't even have to run into certain situations until you know.
Yeah. It's like our parents, my mom would say this growing up, like if you keep it clean, then you don't have to worry about cleaning it later. If you wash the dish, when you put your dish in the sink, you don't have to worry about a pile of dishes at the end of the day. And that's kind of how it is in maintenance in a relationship. If you constantly doing check-ins and you're checking in with your partner, you don't have to worry about this big mess at the end. And you go, well, now I got a big mess to solve because I wasn't taking care of little messes as we go, right?
Absolutely. So what do you think maintenance is for you? Like what do you
Mm. Like how I maintain you.
yeah, what are some examples that you could like give some
Um,
guys?
I'll say things to her. One thing that I like to say to her is, baby, what can I do today to make you feel good?
He does. I
You know,
love that.
yeah.
I
I'll
love
say,
it.
what can I do today to make you feel good?
And he does it.
Yeah, and I'll follow through with that. She may say something simple like, I just need you to hold me today. And I'll make a point, okay, I got to work, baby, between this time and that time. But after I get off work, I'll hold you all night. We can watch a movie. Um, she'll also say things like, oh, I really want to go to lunch, and this is my best friend. So outside of all the relationship things, I am still her friend too. So she'll say, I really want you to take me to lunch and just we do some friendship things together. She may need that in a relationship. A lot of times in relationships, especially as men, we get so caught up in the um, be a dad, be a husband, go to work, come home, pay the bills, and do the routine things that you forget that you're your partner's friend as well. So sometimes she needs maintenance in those ways. Another thing I do to maintain her maybe financially, I may just give her a little extra money. I may here maybe I put an extra $100 in your account. Well, we have a joint account, but I put an extra $100 in a joint account for you to just spend freely, do what you want to do with it. There's been times that I said, baby, you could take my credit card and you can spend $600. You know, you can spend $1,000, baby. And that's how I maintain her financially, so she feels, you know, included in our finances, and so that she also has the freedom to go and do things for herself. Mentally, sometimes you just got to check in and say, hey, baby, you good? I'll say that a lot. She makes fun of me,
Sometimes
my
too
voice.
much.
Yeah, she makes fun of me sometimes for it, but you know, I do it because it's important. I need to know if you good, baby. You all right? You all right? You good? Okay, cool. If you good, then I'm good. You know, so I think those are some of the things I do for me as a man to give maintenance to my woman. What do you feel like are some of the things you do as a woman to give maintenance?
As a woman, I feel that sometimes I mean, everybody's different because I can go back into like love languages, I feel like. I know his love languages, so I know what he likes and what makes him happy. So some days I wake up and I'm just like, what can I do, you know, without even asking him. Sometimes I'll just do something out of the way. I'm a big person on doing what people would probably think is corny. Like I leave notes around the house, or
I don't think that's corny, babe.
well, he don't think it's corny. That's why I do it. But yeah, I do. I leave notes because sometimes I'm gone in the morning when he wakes up, or sometimes he wakes up before I wake up. Just because of our schedules, or you know, he has to get to work, or I have to drop the kids off at a certain time. So I will, if he's still sleeping, I'll leave him a note and just tell him how much I love him or how much I appreciate him. And
Yeah.
sometimes we do that even throughout the day if we haven't seen each other for a significant amount of time. You know, we'll send each other a text. He'll send me a text. So, and it doesn't have to be anything crazy, or like, you know, it doesn't cost some money to maintain your partner or to make them happy. Just sometimes sending a special text and I appreciate you, I love you,
Yeah.
are some things that I do like for him, or I know what he likes to eat, so I'll make sure that I'll cook that tonight.
Yeah, she does. She does do that. She gives me breakfast too with notes sometimes too.
Yeah, I do. So stuff like that, like, you know, those are just some ideas that I feel like for him being the provider, his maintenance might be a little bit different than mine.
Good.
So my maintenance is, you know, just, and that can go either or both ways. Men can do this, you know, the same thing. So I think that, yeah, it just requires you to know your partner. But one thing I did want to touch on is that I believe that having maintenance in your relationship is also maintaining yourself. So that's the big thing to go into, because once you start neglecting yourself, whether it be your health or your appearance, it's almost disrespectful to your partner, because
Or even your mental health, neglecting your own mental health, where you're not doing things that you enjoy doing. And sometimes you go through those periods in your relationship where you're so caught up in being with this person and being together with somebody and in a relationship that you forget, hey, I have to do things that I enjoy too. I enjoy really long walks. Like I'll go walk for 6-7 miles a day. I don't do it every day, but sometimes I have to remember that these are things I like. That's how I maintain my own mental health, so I'm the best for the family, for my wife. What do you think are some things that you do for yourself, baby? What, gym?
definitely the gym. Obviously, the gym is like my getaway. There's times that we go together, but there are times that he knows that I like to go by myself, because I just like to kind of zone out and be in a more like tunnel vision thing. Another thing that I like to do for myself is I just like to sometimes get out the house, especially if it's a nice day out.
Yeah.
So I might go shopping, and not for anything crazy expensive, but like I love to go to Marshalls and stuff like that, and just because I feel like those are stores where like, or like Target, like I'm not there for anything specific, but I'll find something. And
Something to find her.
yeah, something will find me. So those are things that I like to do. Or if it's just like go get a manicure, pedicure, just anything that, you know, brings me peace. Sometimes I just like to have the house to myself. Sometimes he's at the other house and I'm at our house. The kids are at school, and I'll just like to just make whatever I want to eat or something, kick my feet up, and watch whatever shows that he doesn't like watching with me.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah,
Those things are important. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when it comes to mental health, I think that that's really important, and we both are very aware of like mental health and how we maintain it. So whether it's therapy, whether it's just venting, knowing the difference between your partner venting to you and, you know, actually starting an argument is very, very fine line. So it's important to know the difference, because sometimes your partner isn't even looking for a response from you; they really just want to be heard.
Yeah, that's a great one. I think that's a great point on maintenance. Is allowing your partner to vent sometimes, and allowing your partner to say what they feel and just get it off their chest. Sometimes you'll have the happiest day if you just let that person say what they're going to say, and you guys move on about your day. We do that with each other a lot. Like, and you have to know those moments. Like, okay, she's not arguing with me, or she's not trying to cause a problem. She just want to be heard, and she just wants to say what she's feeling in this moment, and let's leave it in this moment. I think that's a big part of maintenance, because it allows her to kind of purge those feelings and get those things off her chest, and allows me to do the same thing when it's my turn to do it. So I think that is a big one, and that does maintain your mental health and emotional health in a relationship. It makes you feel good.
Yep, absolutely. I do believe that, once you start to lose sight of your health in your relationship, and that can have a big impact on it, being that, your spouse is who you want to spend the rest of your life with. And when he tells me he wants to spend the rest of his life with me, I expect it to be a long life to live. I expect him to be around me
Yeah.
until, we are no longer. And I want that to be not anytime soon. So I expect him to eat properly. I expect him to exercise regularly. I expect him to keep up his appearance and do his doctor checkups or whatever it is that's going to keep him. You're never too old or too young to start those things. And I do believe that it's something, because I need to be aware of it. If he does have an underlying health condition, I need to know so that I can alter, things. Maybe I need to feed him certain foods or make sure he takes certain vitamins. So those are things that, go hand in hand with each other. And I believe that health is really important in a relationship, and, understanding your health and my health, and us understanding each other.
Yeah, I agree. I think health and physical appearance, especially for men, sometimes we let this get a little bit too long. We've been working a little too much, and we let our hair get a little crazy. We let our haircuts get out of control. We let our fingernails get really long. We let our toenails get really long. We stop wearing lotion. You stop doing certain things as men, that those things are maintenance on yourself, that are important things. You don't want to lose those things or not do those things in a relationship. You really want to make sure that you maintain yourself, your health, and make sure that you're eating as healthy as possible, if possible. I know a lot of men, we work, sometimes we'll stop at the fast food place and just grab whatever's convenient. But make sure you're maintaining your health so you're around for your family. They're invested in you as much as you're invested in them. And I agree with everything that you're saying, baby. I think that, maintaining your health, maintaining your appearance, maintaining yourself emotionally. We both go to therapy. We both go to therapy, whether we're having good weeks or bad weeks. We go to therapy, and we make sure we're, doing maintenance on ourselves, so that when we come together, we're the best version of ourselves for each other. And those things are important. And if you're not doing those things, I always recommend that you start, because they're just going to give your relationship so much more room to grow, and so many more, or so much more, love in your relationship, and peace and happiness, and you guys are just going to have a better overall quality of relationship.
Absolutely. I agree. I do. I like that you touched on actual physical appearance, because that does not just, and that doesn't even mean like, oh, you have to be the most in shape, but I do think that, I mean, just as far as like keeping yourself up, especially for us ladies, like it's important to keep your man, like obviously your man's going to have all eyes for you, but it's important to like give him something good to look at as well. So not every night do you have to wear a huge big, baggy t-shirt, and you know what I mean? Like some nights put on something nice, put on something sexy, or even just getting yourself up in the morning if you have nowhere to go. Or sometimes if I know he's coming home, like I'll freshen up. I'll make sure that like I put on some nice perfume. Even if I'm wearing house clothes, I could just be wearing shorts and a tank top, but I will make sure I smell amazing. And I do a lot of skincare, so I'll like make sure that like my skin is looking nice and radiant. So when he comes home, it's like I look refreshing at least, and not like I just been in the house cooking all day and I don't smell like fried chicken. So to sum it up, I think that's one of the most important things is your health, your health, internally and physically,
Yeah.
and
Emotions.
your mental health, and your happiness.
Yeah.
Because once, when you're happy with yourself and you love yourself, because a lot of things that we named are going to help you love yourself even more. These are things you should be doing for yourself regardless.
Yeah.
Your partner kind of just benefits from it. But yes, your health, your mental health, and your happiness, those are the three things that we feel that need to be, maintenance, not for just you personally, but for your partner as well. Yeah. Learn each other, know each other. And
be in service to one another. Don't be afraid to be in service to your partner, and maintaining them is a service. It is an act of service, making sure that they're okay. Just all those things are important. And I think maintenance is probably one of those things that we forget to do as time goes by in a relationship, the longer you're in a relationship, the easier it is to forget that you have to maintenance your partner, because you guys start to know each other so well, you start to flow off each other so well that you feel like, you know what, maybe I don't have to do, or you don't even, it's not even a feeling, it's just it's out of your control, really. You just kind of get used to being in the flow with this person that you forget, and it's not even a thought that, you know, did I even ask her how she was doing today, or did I listen to how her day went today? Sometimes you're like, all right, baby, I'm home. All right, let's go to bed. You ready to go to bed? And you never get the chance, or you never take the chance to ask, how are you doing today? You all right? Okay, you good? What happened today? You know, so those things are important. Make sure you're doing maintenance in your relationship, maintaining your partner. You know, do those oil changes and change those brakes and tires every now and again. If you're a man, you understand what I'm saying. Women too. You know, but just make sure that you're doing those things to make sure that you and your partner are having the healthiest relationship possible, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, so tune in, guys. If you have any other questions on health, mental health, or happiness, let us know. We'll go into a little bit more depth.
See you next time.